Anybody who kills me, definitely that person will also die one day. But as a representative of the people, I cannot continue to see my people being killed every day and then I become helpless without talking. If talking is what they would use as a criteria, fine. All of bad government, as far as I'm concerned, I have no apology to anybody. The people will just continue to pretend every day that all is well. This government seems not to know what it is doing, and there's need for them to wake up, or they should all resign, including Mr. President. Today, a member called on the IG to resign. We should as well call on the president to resign, because it's like he is overwhelmed by what is going on. Problem in this country is that if you tell the truth, they will look for your life and kill you. But people must speak the truth. Some people must die in order to save the rest, the majority. And therefore, I'm saying this without any fear. Anybody who kills me, definitely that person will also die one day. But as a representative of the people, I cannot continue to see my people being killed every day and then I become helpless without talking. If talking is what they would use as a criteria, fine. The problem here is that within Committee of Nations globally, the legislators don't seem to be in the good books of citizens of many countries, including Nigeria. The accusation always, or the focus always is on our salaries and our allowances. Nobody cares about any other thing. Nobody talks so good of the laws we pass, the motions we pass. But we know that an ordinary motion have saved this country from collapse. Following the demise of our late president, Sheikh Musa Yar'Adua, a vacuum was created because he did not transmit power to the vice president. And therefore, we were in a stage of lacuna. The country would have come to a standstill because there was no president. And an ordinary motion, following the doctrine of necessity, brought a new president in the person of the vice president who took over power. So the executives deal with selective bills and motions. If the motion you are bringing is not going to help them in any way, they will not respect it, except that which will help them, or except that which will increase their power in office. So I want to say that the non-acceptance or implementation of what is coming from the legislature to the executive seem to be an order of the day for the government, and especially a government that does not obey the rule of law. Nobody can convince me that President Buhari obeys the rule of law. Nobody. I have a lot of instances to show that the government does not, the rule of law seems to be absent in this government. You recall the appointment of Magu. The National Assembly rejected that severally, but he went ahead and left Magu as an acting boss of EFCC. And some people have concluded sarcastically that perhaps the president wanted Magu to loot money for him in the next election. Otherwise, Magu is in court today, is facing trial. How much did he loot? But let me just tell you, this government proud itself of fighting corruption. I'm talking as an opposition now. They have tried to bring all manners of laws to make sure that they silence us. They brought this issue of hate speech. And some of us have argued it. At what level do you say a statement is a hate speech? Who ascertains or who determines a statement as a hate speech? And then after all, who is the founder of hate speech in Nigeria? You recall the president's speech during his campaign before he was in the office. Was that not hate speech? But we condone it. But the truth is that as a leader, you are not supposed to say something that will raise emotions of people and lead people into violent actions or begin to kill themselves or begin to do unwanted protests. But people should not be silent for any reason. People must talk. Poverty is there, banditry is there, Boko Haram is there. I think Nigerians have enough problems. And if you bring, you're bringing another situation that I should not talk, people will die in silence because talking itself is a therapy. Let me just tell you the truth. following the demise of all these people that were killed, including one of them, the crown prince is my relation. And you are telling me not to talk now. The tension in me can make me have heart attack. But if talking itself is a therapy, to alleviate any tension you have on your side. So these people, they have brought all manners of things to make sure they shut down the mouth of Nigerians. But even the Kama law is an attempt to control the mosques and the churches. Because it is these men of God that are now firing, and the government feels there's need for us to control their resources. When we control the resources of the churches and the mosques, you have reduced their rate of, say, after all, if we know your accounts, we can frozen your accounts using government fiat. So the issue, whether there's a synergy or an attempt to obey what comes from the legislature to the executive, I would say that one is zero. And I cannot tell exactly what they intend to get, but I know that at the end of this government, you will know that we have one of the most corrupt governments in Nigeria. I pray that we will take power in 2023. Another party, and which the party that I belong, PDP, will win. And when we win, the conquer worms will be open. You will see. Because even with the government sitting, look at the money that has been allegedly go into pockets of individuals. School feeding program during COVID-19. You said you have using billions to feed schools. I don't know. The schools were closed. I don't know whether they were following the school pupils to their homes to give them the food. But I have pupils that are in public school. I've never seen any government official coming to give an item of bread in my house. So where did that money run to? It is left for you to investigate, because you as journalists, you either compromise and let us all go and collapse, or you do the needful too. You should be investigating where the billions went to the school feeding program. Where is the money? It has been discovered that the money is in a private bank account. The second thing they have said they have done, where billions has also disappeared. Of course, I don't want to mention this one. The extant laws are all there. If we are able to implement all the laws, they are all there, and it will help. My people expect me to continue representing them, because the job of the legislature is threefold: lawmaking, oversight, and representation. I've been going on oversight. I've represented my people. What I did today on the floor is representing them, because they did not come there to talk by themselves. So I represented them today, and I believe I spoke their mind on the floor. And then lawmaking, there are a lot of laws. If you check your records, I happen to be among the first 10 legislators with the highest number of bills in the House at the moment. So I think we have done our part, but I want to conclude that the best way that this country can survive, and we will accept ourselves as citizens of the same country, is to avoid this issue of today they are blaming the police, blaming the SARS, blaming this. Let us go back to the rudiments. And the rudiments is for us to accept the 2014 CONFAC results. Because the Constitution of Nigeria, they said, we the people of Nigeria. I don't know who are the we. My forefathers did not participate. Somebody sat down in his bedroom and wrote this Constitution. And he said, we the people of Nigeria. We the people of Nigeria is the constitutional conference that was organized by President Goodluck Jonathan. Because every sector of the economy was represented. Every ethnic nationality was represented. Traditional rulers were there. Religious leaders were there. Youth groups were there. NGOs were there. CBOs were there. Pressure groups of all sorts were part and parcel. Even the government itself was part and parcel of the formulation of that constitutional conference. But that thing has been thrown. And that would have been the basis for which this country will survive. The agitation by MASOP, the agitation by the Odua People Congress, they are genuine agitations. You cannot force me to live together with you. No, you cannot. And me, I've seen that what these people, I'm from the north central Nigeria, I'm from Middle Belt. And I agree to their agitations because you cannot force me to stay with you. So if you want me to stay along with you, let's come to a mutual understanding. Then we will live peacefully as a country. But a situation whereby you dominate me and you expect me not to talk, coming to talk of fair play in governance, Mr. President has not demonstrated that. He even said it in his maiden speech. He will not give people that give him 10% like those that give him 80%. That statement should not come from a president of a country. After elections, the US, no matter their differences, after somebody has won election, is now United States of America. And how do we survive? How do we progress as a country? But a situation whereby you have more than 50 ethnic nationalities and one ethnic nationality is controlling the entire security apparatus of the country without any single result to show, there's a problem.
Please take your seat.